I was sitting here thinking about Dick Gregory, and I was saying, whatever, 'cause I might start, if I elevate just a little bit more, I'm going to start helping the churches out. Y'all ain't going to like it, though. Y'all ain't going to like it. But I want to start doing it since I'm stopping all this stuff. I'm already qualified, been qualified, overqualified. But I want to say this. I don't know what church Dick Gregory was with, but he loved that church. And y'all accepted Dick Gregory. I don't know what church that is. Congratulations, great job. Great job. Because it's hard to accept. I know this because I'm like Dick Gregory. We family. And I know it's hard to deal with us. You got more people trying to change us. You come into my church if you just do this. No, y'all didn't do that, Dick Gregory. And somebody got it might be the couch man or whatever, got a video of the people he used the video with. And that dude asked good questions. That dude said, how do you got a church? You go to a church, you go to a Christian church? He said, yeah. And they basically accept me for who I am, though. And beautiful. God said, come as you are. That's what it means. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure the way Dick Gregory was talking, like he was good, close with the preacher. Good. That's where y'all supposed to be at. That's where y'all supposed to be at. I just want to say that, man, because it's hard for people like us to find stuff like that, man. And like people, I pray different. I meditate and I pray different. One of the ways I got lost, I got in trouble, big trouble, huge trouble, searching for God diligently. And I had to find a goal to do that, and I was trying to find the first prayer. And it took me way back. And I found the second prayer instead of the first. No, I was trying to find God's name, just a name. It was one of them. Might have been both of them. I was trying to find this ancient name. And they say you say this name, mysterious stuff will happen. So I was trying to find his name. I was trying to get these books. It's these books I was trying to buy. It's like these books you could buy. I can't remember the name of them. They're like dictionaries. And I was like all kind of stuff. I ain't gonna say on here. But I found a few things. But anyway, I found the second prayer. I think, yeah, I couldn't find the name, but it led me to the second prayer and all that. And I pray through my breathing as well. A trick God taught me. I can just blow over my stuff. I'm praying then, people don't know it. And the way I pray and the way I breathe is like the way my kundalini is in my stir. It's perfect synchronicity with each other when you learn it the way I've been learning it and still learning it. It could be biased to anybody else, but to me it means something. But that church that accepted Dick Gregory, it's like when you learn what me and Dick Gregory done learn, for that preacher, whoever you are, you realize that. And it took wisdom to do that. You knew not to change that man. It took wisdom to understand that. And you broke ground. And somehow you was able to maintain your stability in your life without transforming everything around you to accept Dick Gregory or getting rid of Dick Gregory and not accepting Dick Gregory. You found a way to accept Dick Gregory. You need to teach that. Hell, I buy a book. Write a pamphlet. I buy the book. Because it's difficult. That's why I said I'm going to pray to God about it before I deal with Christians. Because I ain't good in that department. It was hard enough for me to uh, elevate the way I was and still continue to be a Christian because I had learned the basic of, you know, Quran and Buddha and stuff like that. I learned a little of the basic of what I could at the little time, window of time I had. And I really thought when I started venturing out and the Ethiopian, I really thought the Maya, it goes on and on, but Maya, Kabbalah, Kemet, I studied a lot. Them books ain't in this house. I buried them. But uh, I didn't think I would come back to Christianity. But it was like when I learned all that stuff, I started appreciating it more. I got it. I got what they was trying to do. And it wasn't bad or good. It was basically my home. It was straight. And it was like I learned where all those books got their information from as well. And it come from this stone that can't be moved. And all of it came from that. All them books came from that one stone or something like that. And I just went back. When I learned what I could, I went back to Christianity. I don't go to church and all that. Not right now. Not because of all the stuff that's going on where I'm in right now. But I just didn't think I was gonna be. That was the hardest abstract. That's what I'm trying to say. Because you got to abstract in Christianity different the way you abstract in the streets. In Christianity, you got to abstract. You're elevating and going more into the light of God. And when I started doing it and when I was going to church, it was just like the church embraced me but distanced me too. It kept me away from, let me give you an example, it might have kept me away from the money part of the church. The business part of it or something like that. Not saying it's wrong or bad, it just probably kept me away from it. But but at the same time they wanted me to be a part of like the sound tech, the important parts of it that, you know, to keep the church going and stuff. But that was all because of the way I was abstracting. And it was like more of me really distancing myself in a healthy way. It was like, because there were things I noticed, like, for me, if you pray and you read the Bible, you go to church Sunday, you might even go to church Wednesday too. Well, you need to practice what you preach. You can't just be out here. And it's like, it's too much. It's too much navigated in the direction. Look the part, don't cuss, pray, get on your knees. And it's like, but you secretly underneath it all, because see, I'm in the street too. So I know things. Because I'm coming from the street going into the church. So I know things. So, you know, you praying, and I know people who praying, but you with a prostitute, you know, and not just one of them, probably, you know, or you, let's just look at the Ten Commandments. I don't want to get no information out on that. And a few of the Ten Commandments, bearing false witness against thy neighbor. Thou shalt not lie. Thou shalt not steal. Fornication. You know, let's just look at that. Kill, whatever. So, but I know people who doing all that and go to church all the time. Big dogs in church. You know, and big wheels in church. and and they'll get a pass before me to come to a church. You see what I do though? I just pray different, and I meditate. And to y'all, I know a lot. And you really disperse, you outcast me because of that. But you'll sit over there and say, all you gotta do is get on his knees and pray. That ain't gonna change nothing. I can get on my knees right now. I can get on my knees till my knees fall off. In my case, it's not gonna change that because God is working through me. God is working through me. God is inside me. God working through me. How I know? Because these downloads that the world ain't never seen before ain't coming from me. It's coming from God. When my Father come to me, he'll tell me to get on my knees. And that's how close relationship we is. But we is working inside each other. You know, we working hand to hand with each other. And God is inside of me. And just like he is in all the 144,000 chosen ones right now, then, you know, he might want me to move a little different at the moment. So, but you'll say that. We ain't gonna lean all on that. I can go into detail. I ain't gonna go into detail and explain that because what I'm trying to tell you is this. You can't sit over there and tell nobody to get on their knees when you sleeping around. You ain't married. You ain't doing nothing that you preach about. You gotta practice what you preach. And you fall in the same category with the people that the people that teach this. They might be good ministers, they might be good leaders, and it might just be the average Joe. But they'll tell you OGs or not even OGs, just older people that should know better. They'll say, uh, you can learn the word, you can teach the word, but you can't live by it. And that's what you're doing to me. I live by it. But since I don't meet your description, since I don't meet your expectation, me getting on my knees, and when you see me pray over my food, you don't see me do this. You might see me do this. You might see me blow on it. Well, I'm praying over. Why do I gotta do it like this? So that's a facade. See what I'm saying? You're in your own illusion now. Now you're trying to tell people how they should pray. You want them to look, see you getting in your feelings, you're in your emotions. You kind of angry when you get like that, and you need to let that out. You need to heal. You need to heal your shadows. You need to heal your shadows when you like that. You telling people, if you go look at them, they pray like this. The people who do the Quran, they pray like this. I just told you I learned all this stuff. They pray like this. Pray like this. But you want me to do it like this. You don't even know the basics of none of that other stuff. You just learn about that one thing as if God, this the youngest country in the world. And it'll be foolish of us to think we know more than the oldest countries in the world. So quit fooling yourself. If you really love God, and if you really want to get to know God, you search for God diligently. Okay? So it don't, this right here, this is a big deal. This is a big deal to you. You need to pray, you pray. See how it helps everybody. Yeah, don't do that. Because I just seen you, I know you got something going on in the bed over there. You got something going on in the bed. Right now, I just gave a lecture this morning, which is not bad, nothing different, nothing big. But you sit down, oh God help us. And then, we gotta change. We gotta change some stuff. You know, really live according to the way God wants you to live. You need to find your love. Some people just need to find a love. Some people need to go ahead and find them a love and settle down. No matter who it is. I mean, not no matter who it is. That's totally wrong. Pray to God and let God find that lover for you, help you find that lover, and hope and have faith in the relationship that, you know, and then y'all can really get out of that sex round. Start getting out of that sex round like that. But I don't want to talk about that. But I'm just saying, like, that's why I'm going to talk to God first. I don't even want to say no more. When it comes to that, I'm going to just leave it alone for right now. But y'all get where I'm trying to go with it, you know. But I do pray. I pray a lot. I pray so much. I done prayed so much. I can feel the Kundalini in my prayers. And when I'm walking, I felt it when it hit my body and it shifted my body. And I felt the Kundalini in my whole body just like to stir. And when I pray when I walk, I do that as I walk. That's how much I done prayed. Till it adjusted my whole atmosphere inside of me. I ain't nothing but the walking Bible. I'm a walking prayer. I feel like that. I can't say that. Sorry, God, please forgive me. See, I get beside myself sometimes. But I literally feel like I can feel the ground shift. When people want to know, when I get on the ground, I bend down and touch the ground. I'm trying to feel it shifting, feeling the earth shift. Like the Kundalini, the earth do it too. That's what I'm feeling for. That's when you really done elevated with God. That's when you really done elevated with God. I ain't this no more just talking with me. I'm watching atmospheres shift through the power of God. I pray, God, that buzzer was getting on my nerves. I said, God, please, it's getting on my nerves. And it went away. Or the crow, it flew away. We got these flying ants that sting you when you walk. I said, God, move. Could you please please get them out the way? Because they were right there while I walk here, and they were flying all in my eyes and my mouth, stinging me everywhere. Trying to. God moved them out the way. Ask the wind to peace be still, and the wind will be still. So you can't tell a person like me what to do if you ain't elevated up the hill. You can give your advice, and me and God will analyze your advice. But you can't be over there doing what's not of God and then trying to check somebody that live accordingly to God. You got your little TVs, you in your stadium, you know this is the fact that I got. If you done took everything else from me but God, and you want to take this old porta potty, you wanted to use that so you could try to take God from me. You're not getting, this soul belongs to God. This soul belongs to God. And this body belongs to God. Everything real with me. It ain't in my head, oh, I can be with this, I want to be with this person. I can be with anybody I want to be with. Don't matter. Exotic display, don't matter, never matter. On my block, you ask anybody, they used to always say, because I was always hanging with the display men, how you get all these bad women? I don't know. Man, your women be looking good. I know what they be trying to say, because we all partners, we growed up together. You know, how you get all these display, how you get all these bad women? You want one of them? I give them some women. I give them a woman. I ain't never had no problem like that. I ain't never had no problem like that. I have a problem with stalkers, gang stalkers, doppelgangers. These people that's following me from past lifetimes. But I live the best that I can possibly live when it comes down to the divine. God is my sole purpose. So you gotta watch you gotta know what you know when you're talking to somebody like me. And people will tell you, back in the days, I stayed on my knees till I ain't got no more kneecap backwards. Kneecaps backwards. So something had to done got into me. I done elevated somewhere before I ain't doing it that way no more. You don't even know this elevation that I done been through. You gotta quit judging people. I know what y'all got going on in the sex realm. You know what I'm saying? I know. If you, I hate to say this, but if you want to find a secret of anybody, all you gotta do is go to the sex realm. They might be clean as a whistle. You go to that sex realm. But I'm gonna talk to God about it. I ain't gonna go too deep in it because I can get real deep in it. But when you abstract in Christianity, I abstract in a way where I was still there, but I wasn't dealing with stuff that goes on in my Father's house. Because it's not like what you say it is. No matter what made you feel comfortable with saying that's what it is. You're supposed to teach the word, read the word, and be able to walk accordingly to the word. And it is what it is. And I'm a prime example. If I could do it, anybody could do it. Ain't nothing in this head with this woman right here, boy. If this woman, boy, I miss this woman. Ooh, if I can do this with that. Ain't none of that in this. Ain't none of that in here. My furniture put together well. So when God give me downloads, I can put them on the shelves. And I can say, we'll try that, God. I'm going to do that one day.